Hey you guys, sculptures come in different ways, shapes, and forms. We've got clay sculptures. We've got different ways to fold paper and make paper sculptures, which are absolutely amazing. You can use all different types of paper: newspaper, construction paper, regular paper. We've got things like wire sculptures, which is something we're going to try today. We're going to try to make our own wire sculptures to create something that is expressing something. We've got garbage sculptures. People reuse materials, like what we would consider garbage, they would turn into an amazing sculpture. We've got all kinds of different ways and methods to make things sculpt. We've got button sculptures. People use buttons to make sculptures. People will use anything to make a sculpture. Okay, so today, well, as I already showed you guys, there's several different types of ways that you can create a sculpture. You can create a sculpture with paper. You can create a sculpture with plastic. You can create a sculpture with garbage. You can create a sculpture with spoons. You can create a sculpture with, we're going to create a sculpture with foil. We're going to learn how to turn foil into wire so we can make a wire sculpture, right? Because I don't just have wire laying around my house, right? But I do have good old Reynolds wrap. We're going to use it to do some wrapping. Some capping. Anyhow, so the supplies you're going to need to make this happen, because we're going to make a foil sculpture, okay? And there's also clay sculptures. That's what you guys see most. You see clay sculptures most. Like, you know, sculpture with clay of someone's face or someone doing something really cool. We are going to make an expressioned body with like movements, okay? I'm going to use this foil and turn it into wire so that we can make that happen. So you're gonna need foil, obviously. You're gonna need a mallet or a hammer or just something heavy. I just have this so that I could cut out a square of cardboard to stand my sculpture on so that it's standing upright. We don't want our sculpture laying down like this. We want it to stand upright. And in order for that to happen, we need a platform, right? I have my hot glue gun just in case. You always have your hot glue gun ready. You better do your job. And then I have some, I don't know why I need these popsicle sticks, but I always have something like this handy, just because. And then I have a stick. You can use a chopstick or anything. I'm thinking I'm gonna use this stick to stand up so that I can put my sculpture up against this. Yeah, that probably is what I'm gonna use it for. So first things first, we need to, let me move these. I'm gonna show you how to create, and I've already created some foil wires. Get up close real quick. And as you can see, these have been pounded down. They're really strong and they will bend like wire. And I could manipulate them, I could cut it. Now let me show you how, and I did several of them so that I could really dig into making my sculpture. We're gonna make a sculpture of a stick person that is doing something. I don't know, my sculpture might be dancing. I don't know. So I got my foil. Foil, take the foil out, piece of foil. Then move you out the way. So this is how you're gonna create it. You're going to fold the foil. Fold it long ways because you're gonna get more traction. Take your time, get up close. Can you see this up close? Like, you really wanna, okay, so just kind of get this whole process from here so that you guys, friends, can see we are rolling on a river. I said rolling. Okay. Anyhow, so I'm making this as tight as I can. I can't get it as tight as I need it, so that's why we have our handy dandy mallet. I have to give the mallet a name. If you guys have any suggestions on the name for the mallet, which we will be using more often, put it in the comments. Okay, all right. So we have Carlos, we've got Henry, who is sick. Okay, Henry, he's not feeling good. So I have this, right? This isn't going to, I don't want a floppity looking sculpture. I want nice, flat pieces. So I'm gonna take my mallet and I'm gonna flatten it. See how it starts to turn out flat? Ouch. Ow. Oh. Watch out for that, you guys. Watch out. Okay, so I'm going to turn to the other side. You might want to do this on the floor. I'm doing it here. Now, you see this? This is still too thick. So this is one of the hardest parts, to make it thinner, like wire. I'm going to take my fingernails. You might want to get up into this. And I have to fold this again. See that? Were you able to capture that? This is very difficult here. Like I'm making like a taco shell, kind of, here. But it's so tight and thin already, but not thin enough. Because when I pound it, it still will flatten out. So I have this, looks like a, so I'm just gonna hold it, I'm gonna pinch it closed. Just keep going. It's just foil. We're trying to make this foil the tightest possible. And once I get this good and folded here, I'm gonna pound it down. I'm gonna pound it down. So I've got this. Now I wanna pound that. You could do this on the floor, you guys, because you can really get a better pound. Manipulate this. See how I can manipulate this now? Look, you see how I can manipulate this foil? It's just like wire, right? So I will be right back. I want you guys to make, I say make, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, wow, 10. So perfect. I'm trying to pound this back. Okay, so you saw what to do. Get your foil, cut off a piece, roll it up, pound it down. And that's how you're gonna prep your pieces. Do 10 of these. Do 10 of these, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so next step. I hope you guys have these. These are your wires. Don't you forget about me. I have these. That song is just in my head. Don't. It's gonna be in your head again. I can't. Now we're gonna take the platform and I'm gonna put a little hole with my X-Acto knife right there in the middle. I might even take a marker, you guys, because we always like to dot some stuff out so you know exactly what you're doing. I'm gonna put the marker right here. Now I want to think for a second. What do I look up here? What do I want my stick figure sculpture made out of foil turned into wire to be doing? Do I want it to be looking at the sky? Do I want it to be dancing? Do I want it to be pointing? Do I want it to be sitting down? What do I want it to be doing? I'm going to make mine dance. So I'm going to draw a draft so I can keep my mind focused on what my original thought was. Got that foot up there. We're gonna have this foot up there. And then, okay, and I might make an open mouth. And then I might put some hair in there. Get that foot, crack it right there. Okay, looks like she's dancing. Looks like she's dancing. Okay, so that's my goal. I want to turn this into this. Can we make it happen? Let's go. Got my this. I need to make something stable. I'm taking my X-Acto knife, putting a little hole there, not too big, because we want to go ahead and put our chopstick in there. But we want it to fit tight. So we don't want it to just slide in. We don't want it to slide in. Okay. Let's see, is that gonna fit? It's all about experimenting. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna have to put some hot glue on here so that it will stay. I actually think this is way too big. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut it by breaking it. Oh, I've got this sharp piece here. I mean, you guys might want to cut off things like the sharp piece, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna leave it just for, no, I'm not, I'm scared. All right, you guys, this is better. Okay, I'm going to put some glue on the bottom here. I'm going to crazy glue this. This is gonna take too long to dry, but that's just what I did. And I'm going to stick that there so that it could dry upright. And I'm not only going to do this, I'm going to create something called a buttress. Can you look at me? A buttress. A buttress. So a buttress is something that was used back in the medieval days to help hold up castle walls. They used buttresses to help make sure that the castle walls were very, very strong. So what they would do was, instead of sticking planks to keep the castle wall up to protect them from enemies, it would just fall over, because it's just standing like this. So they had to create something. So watch what I do. I'm popping the popsicle stick, but I am not breaking it. You see that little foot? This is actually called a buttress. Some people call it a foot, but it's actually called a buttress. So I'm telling you guys that so you guys can have the right vocabulary, so you can like stump some grown-ups and be like, it's actually called a buttress. And they're gonna be like, but every time I say buttress, all you guys be like, Miss you said but. So funny. You guys are so funny. So I'm creating the stand for my sculpture, because I want my sculpture to do what? Stand. So I'm creating something for my sculpture to hold on to. So I'll be right back while this dries. Let's let this dry, okay? Okay, so I'm looking at my person that I'm going to create this sculpture of. And I want to create his legs first. So I see one leg is gonna go up. So I'm just going to bend my sculpture. Well, here's his body would be. And I'm just gonna do a skeleton, all right? I got my paper upside down, so I'm like, there's one bend. Actually, you gotta really, it's just like bending wire. You just take your time, bend it the way you want. I got this foot. And this foot is going to be planted on to there. Now I'm gonna bring this down and create, so I brought this down. You guys are gonna figure out your own ways to make your foil work. And I'm bringing it back up with this foot here. Now I've got what I consider to be some type of dancing leg. This is a knee. Now I'm gonna take one and I'm going to just place it under here to create my body. I wanna tie it around, like if this was wire, you wanna use a winding technique. You wanna wind this around, wind that around town. Just like SpongeBob says, bring it around town. Now I have this. I'm actually going to use my little hot glue gun here. Not too much, just a bit. It dry quickly. I have this, which is far from done. We're gonna want to do some winding around. Now let's create these arms. I'm gonna take another piece. I'm gonna wrap it around to create one arm. And this arm is going to be going upwards with my little hand. Now we're going to create another arm. The tighter you wrap the foil, the thicker and more awesomer the bend, and it will stick. And you're pretty much tying together foil. You're tying it together, right? So you can secure some of these here, secure this, secure that. I'm going to place this onto here now. I'm not done yet. I'm actually not going to place this on yet. Let me get my head on, because after I place this onto the stand, I'm going to add a lot of stuff to it. So let's create this head. I want to create a head with eyeballs in it already, but that might be kind of hard. So to create the head, I'm going to just wrap this piece here just around my fingers. Try to get a nice round head here. I'm going to leave one piece sticking out. So now you've got something that looks like this. I rounded it and one piece sticking out. So for this inner piece, I'm just gonna glue it because I kind of want it to stay like that. And for this piece here, I'm also gonna make sure I'm doing this stuff so you guys can see it. I'm also gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna let that dry. It kind of looks like maybe a magnifying glass so I can see all the bacteria in your teeth. Okay, it should be dry now. All of that malarkey. Now we have a head. I want to attach this dancing head to my sculpture. But first, I have to twist this on there. I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna twist it. Twist you. Twist. Dangerous dancer. You see that? I'm gonna take this tab just to make sure my head is super secure, and I'm gonna glue that tab down right there. This lesson is to show you a technique. The technique that you should be understanding right now is that you can use anything to create a sculpture. And when you're creating a sculpture, you want to try to capture some type of, you guys, expression, you guys. Is someone happy? Is someone sad? Is someone dancing? Is someone walking? Is someone staring at something? Right? So far I have my dancer. I'm going to wrap, I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to put a hula hoop actually around my dancer. My dancer is going to be hula hooping. So I'm going to put this hula hoop around. See how I'm getting creative? I'm like, ooh, maybe you'll dance with a hula hoop, bruh. Yeah. #1 at the talent show. Hey. Gold medal. Okay, look at that. Okay. Now I want to make this so that so I'm going to, ooh, this is going to be complicated. Now I'm going to take my sculpture now. Hula hoop is all the way at the feet. I'm going to stick it to my platform. Stand up. It's time. It's time to put on a show. Whew. Let's stand there. Let's let it sit. Let's stand there. Let's let it sit. And let's stand there. Woo, woo, woo. There we go. Now, how do I make this hula hoop look like it's like standing in midair? I know. See all these techniques? Like I'm literally thinking. I'm thinking while I'm doing this. I'm like, hey, how do I make this hula hoop look like it's standing up? And it's like in midair, kind of. Can't be too much in midair. I mean, it is like, well, actually, this is art, y'all. It could do whatever. You already know. You never know how things turn out, especially with art. So I created a buttress with a foil, a double-sided one, right? I'm gonna put glue, double-sided buttress. Now I'm gonna put glue here. And I'm just gonna sit it right in the back here. Right like that. See that? Now I'm going to take my hula hoop and I'm going to attach my hula hoop to this beautiful buttress pole that I created. Oops. So putting some glue. I'll put some glue there. Now I'm going to put my foil there. Let it dry. Now that that's drying, we don't need this. See, I'm focused, friends. Focused, focused. I'm focused because I want this hula hoop to stand like this. Let me fix his legs. Got his hula hoop. Now I'm going to go on about and create several buttresses. I'm going to put on some hair, friend, and then we are going to wrap it on down. I might even give a little bit of gold back here. Here we go. I'm almost there. Almost there. I know. And we're gonna have some, like, you know, like when folks be like, ooh, I wanna, make my hair stick straight up in the air because I'm flying in the air because I'm dancing. So if you're dancing and your hair is flying and, like, you know, and you're coming down, your hair is flying up in the air. So it kind of gives it the illusion that you're dropping down. Give it a little haircut. Give it a little haircut. Actually, no. Doesn't have to be even. Needs one more though. This one's gonna be kind of wacky, but hair is wacky. What's so fun about hair? The wackiness. I'm not done yet. Yay. Okay, now so this is the outline of my foil wire sculpture, and I'm gonna do a little bit more to it. So I'll be right back while you do yours. Add a little personality to it. I'm excited to see. Send me pictures of what you guys do with this. Okay, so I'm gonna add some more to it. I'm gonna show you two in a second, and we're gonna wrap it up. All right, friends, I think we're ready to dance. Dance, 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 dance. You got his whole body? He is getting down. Oh yeah, dance, 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 and look at the hula. Dance, 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 and look at it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I love this. I cannot wait to see what you guys do with your foil wire sculpture. Look at this. Make sure you do details. I've got hair. I've got a headband. I've got some eyes. I don't even know how I figured out how to do that. Don't forget about the buttress to make things heavier, to make things more stable. Look at that, to stand things up. I use something to prop up the hula hoop that's going around him because he's hula hooping while he's dancing. All right, you guys. I love you. Dance, 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 dance.